Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Gardner here, and I am going to be multiplying using expanded form. We talked about this yesterday in class some, and I wanted to kind of revisit this because this is kind of new for all of us. And so I wanted to do a couple problems again just to show you guys how we multiply using expanded form. Remember that because this is a recording, that you can go through, pause the video, try to work out the problems yourself before seeing the solutions that I come up with, okay? So, for example, if I were you, I would start with this first problem here, write it on my paper, pause the video, go ahead and try to work the problem out on your own, and then follow along with me as I go through the steps, okay? So, hopefully, this will bring clarity for those of you that may still be struggling a little bit with this. Hopefully, this will help you out. If not, when we get together tomorrow, which is Thursday, we will be able to discuss more of these in class, okay? So today is Wednesday, October 28th. We are not having live class, so this is why I'm here right now recording this for you guys because I'm going to miss seeing your faces today in class, all right? Here we go. So if I'm doing expanded form for this, I've got to break this number right here, the number 74 down, okay? Because remember, whenever we expand anything, that means to make it bigger. And so when we're expanding numbers in math, we're going to make the problem bigger. We're going to break it all the way down, okay? So the first step that I would do is I would say 5 times, and what I'm going to do is put parentheses here. I'm going to put parentheses, put my line there, put a plus sign, my line. Okay, that's what your example looks like on your paper. Okay, that's usually the way it's set up on your paper. If you have already started your math assignment for today, if you notice the problem that it gives you there as your example, it'll have the problem there, and then the next line it'll be broken down just like this. Okay, of course the numbers are different, but the process is the same. Okay, all right, so you do that, and basically, we're going to break this number down, okay? I know that the 7 in this number, the value of the 7 is really 70 because it's in the tens place. So I am going to make that 70. And then the value of this 4 in this number is simply 4 because it's in the ones column. So I'm going to say 4, okay? Step out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to say 5 times 70 plus 5 times the number 4. Okay, I'm just breaking the problem down. Okay, so right here it says 5 times everything in parentheses. So really this is the same thing. I'm just breaking it down a little further. 5 times 70. Then I'm going to add 5 times 4. Okay, so now let's work it out. 5 times 70. Well, yes, you can go and do this, which is the traditional way, and get your answer. And whatever you come up with there, if you multiply correctly, your answer will be correct. But I'm going to use mental math, which is something we talked about a couple weeks ago. I'm going to use mental math because I'm multiplying with these zeros right here. So I know that 5 times 7 is 35. Okay? I know that 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to write 35. And I notice that I only have one zero, so I'm going to bring that zero down. So I know that 5 times 70 is 350. Okay? Plus, changing the markers, plus 5 times 4 we know is 20. I heard you. It's 20. Okay, if you want to go back and verify that this is correct, just come up here and multiply. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 7, 35. So I know that that's correct. So now you're left with this. So it says 350 plus 20. And here again, I can use mental math. If you cannot, or if you're struggling, it is okay. Take your time. What I'm more concerned with is the process and making sure that you understand, okay? So if you can use mental math as your strategy, go for it. If you can't, it's okay. Write it over here. 350 plus 20. Okay, you can add the traditional way. I know that 20 plus 50 is 70. Okay, so my answer here is going to be 370. Okay, 370. If I did it here, 0 plus 0, 0, 5 plus 2, 7, 3 plus 0 is 3. Same thing. Okay, so now let me go through, and this is your product, because remember we said that the product is the answer for a multiplication problem. So this is your product, 370 for this problem, okay? But now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn around and do it the traditional way so you guys can understand that you're going to still get the exact same answer. So let me work that one, okay? So the problem originally was 5 times 74. So I will do it right here. 74 times 5. Okay? See that? So 5 times 4 is 20. Here my 2, bring down my 0. 5 times 7 is 35, but I've got to add this 2. So 35, 36, 37. And I got the exact same thing as I got right here. But this is multiplying using expanded form, okay? All right, good job, guys. I can hear you from where you are, and I can tell that you guys did super on that problem. All right, let's move right along, and let's work another problem, okay? Here we go. Okay, so this problem, now we're multiplying using expanded form, but we are multiplying a digit that has a hundredths place. So when we expand, it's going to look a lot different, okay? Same process, but the numbers, you're going to have more there, okay? So here we go. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to say 3 times, I'm going to put my parentheses there. I'm going to break this number down. I know that I have a hundredths place, so I'm going to have 3 different lines. This first one's going to be for my hundreds, plus the second one is going to be for my tens, plus this last one is going to be for my ones. Okay? Step out of the way. See that? All right, here we go. Let's fill in. So the 2 in this number represents the hundredths place. So this 2, the value of this 2 is 200. So I'm going to write 200 there. Okay? The value of this 5 is 50 because it's in the tens place. Okay? So that's going to be 50. And then the value of the 6 in this number is just simply 6 because it's in the ones place. So you're going to put 6. Okay? So you're going to multiply 3 times 200, 3 times 50, 3 times 6. All right, here we go. So we're going to say 3 times 200 plus 3 times 50 plus 3 times 6. Okay, let me get out of the way. I know that was a lot. And some of you may be saying, well, Ms. Gardner, why do you have to use parentheses? Well, you do that to keep your work organized, because if I just wrote it straight across, it will be so confusing, because here that means 3 times 200. If I didn't add the parentheses there, it will look just like this. Oh my goodness, that would be so confusing. I mean, if I just went on and on and on and took them away, you wouldn't know what to do. That would be so confusing. Okay, you see that? So we're going to clean it up. We're going to let you know what you're working on, and it keeps you organized, and it keeps you working on one number at a time. So let's multiply. 3 times 200. Oh, that sounds so difficult or like such a big number, but take what you know when we did a lesson talking about multiplying across zeros. Okay, so 3 times 2, I know is 6. So I'm going to put my 6 there, and I notice I have 2 zeros, so I'm going to add my zeros. So I know 3 times 200 is 600. Here we go. 3 times 50. I can use mental math because 3 times 5 is 15. My plus sign there. 3 times 5 is 15. I have 1 0 there, and I'm going to bring it down. Okay, let me say this as I go along. Again, if you are not at the point where you can use mental math, no worries. Just go and work the problems out traditionally the way that works best for you. Okay, all right. I'm fine with that, but you will need to kind of use some paper, scratch paper to the side to do that. Because anytime we're multiplying using expanded form, or if that's a question on a quiz or a test, you've got to do this process. But on the side, like I did on this one, if you need to go on the side and do your little computations to get your answers that need to go here, do that, okay? I just wanted to bring that up because I don't want you to feel bad or feel like you're not getting it if you can't just look at this and know that 3 times 50 is 150, okay? All right, so now I know that 3 times 6 is 18, okay? So now all I have to do is go in and add. Again, I can use mental math to do this, but we're going to write it out because the larger the numbers become, using mental math kind of goes out the window a little bit because it's like, oh my God, I want to make sure I get my answers correct. So let me write them down, line my numbers up perfectly, and then solve the problem. So here we go. We're going to write 600 plus 150 plus 18. Notice how I lined them up. 8 plus all these zeros is going to always give me 8. 1 plus 5 plus 0 is going to give me 6. 1 plus 6 is going to give me 7. So my product is going to be 768. Okay? If you are not sure of your product once you have multiplied using expanded form, go and do it the traditional way to make sure your answer is correct before you just give that to me as your answer. Okay, because it could be that you understand the process, but you maybe have gotten off track somewhere. And if your answers don't match up, go back and do your work over again. Okay, so let's work it traditionally to see what we come up with. So now take that same problem, 256 times 3. Guys, I don't know if you can hear that rain outside, but it sounds so good in my classroom. It's raining hard. Oh my goodness. But here we go. So 3 times 6 is 18. We're going to carry the 1, bring down the 8. 3 times 5 is 15, but we've got to add the 1, so it makes it 16. Carry the 1, bring down the 6. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And guess what? We have the exact same answer. So we know that when we work this problem using the expanded form, we got it correct, okay? So guys, I hope this helps you today. Like I said, this is a video, so go back and watch it from the beginning. Pause the video and try to work these on your own, okay? Until you get to the point that you're really, really good and confident with multiplying using expanded form. Don't worry, because this is a new concept that we started this week. And Ms. Gardner, I will never leave you out there to do this by yourself. I'm right here with you, but I want you to practice and I want you to try first, okay? I love you guys so much. I will see you in live class tomorrow, which is Thursday at 12:15. I'll see you later. Don't forget to go watch Flat Stanley. Watch the video that I read to you guys about that, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.